Hey guys, Max here, and today we're just going to be doing a super simple Q&A. So I just figured I'd ask you guys some questions earlier today on Twitter, but then I looked at the channel analytics, like you do, and I saw that this is going to be the 100th video that I am uploading to YouTube. So this is a super awesome occasion, I suppose, to answer some of your questions that I got off of Twitter and that you guys asked on Twitter. By the way, you should follow over there if you're not already. There's some cool stuff going on there. So I figured this is a cool time to do that, so let's hop into it. All right, so first question comes from Joe, who asks, where do you see the channel in 5 years? Well, I guess based on numbers, I hope I'm to at least like maybe 60,000 subscribers. I feel like that's probably, I'll be 18 at that point. So that's 5 years into the future is a while, being only 13 right now. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, 60,000, 75,000 subscribers. I doubt I'll be to 100,000 by then, but it'll be interesting to see like where the whole channel goes in the next 5 years. So that's a cool question. JJ asks, are you getting the AirTag or are you getting one AirTag or the AirTag 4-pack? I ordered the AirTag 4-pack. Betsaga asks, what's your favorite and least favorite part of making a video? So I like a lot of it, and I like basically most of it, but I guess my least favorite part would probably be the setup process of it, because even though it's nice to like, make a new A-roll setup or whatever, and it's kind of fun to do that, sometimes that kind of weighs on me, and sometimes editing is not so fun when, your computer is like slow or something. My favorite part is probably like condensing it to a video that I feel like people will get value out of, because it's a super gratifying feeling, and it's super gratifying to help people out, which is kind of why I'm doing this. On Narog, I'm really sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but your views on India. Okay, so I read this question earlier, and I thought that he was talking about like what are my analytics in India, but I think that he might be talking about the current situation in India right now. I don't really have any views on it. I'm not particularly educated on that topic right now, but I know that there are a lot of resources that you guys can donate to help the people in India out, because they're really struggling right now with COVID. I think it was like 300,000 COVID cases yesterday, which is an insane amount. So if you guys are able to help, I'll put a link in the description below, and you guys can help them out. So Ben asks, thoughts about the M1 iMac and iPad. The iPad, I think, is super amazing that they put the M1 chip in the iPad. That's kind of remarkable that they've managed to do that, and I'm sure it's going to deliver a ton of amazing performance. The iMac, I'm super excited for. I need a new computer, so I'm super excited to pick up one of the iMacs this Friday. And yeah, they just both seem like super great devices, and Apple's whole event last week was amazing. I really enjoyed it, so definitely two devices that are great choices there. Jonathan asks, how did it feel when you first saw that your channel had 1,000 subscribers? So I was eating dinner when that happened, and then all of a sudden, like, my phone was kind of just like going off like crazy, and I didn't really know what happened. People were congratulating me before I even tweeted anything about it. Like, they were refreshing the page, like waiting for me to hit 1,000 subscribers. That was super cool that I wasn't the first one to see that, I guess, which was kind of a fun experience. So yeah, that's it was an amazing experience just to see that we've come this far. We still have a lot to go, but it was a pretty cool experience. Guru Paran S says, thoughts on the portless iPhone? He actually attached a photo of the portless iPhone. Yeah, it's a controversial topic just because removing the port from the iPhone is like kind of a drastic move. Like that, it's a phone, there's a port on the phone, like that's how it works. The headphone jack was like one step, okay, fine, we've survived without it, but the port is like no more data transfer unless Apple figures out a way to do that, like through MagSafe or whatever it's going to be, wireless charging. I don't know. There are going to be a lot of different bumps that they have to go over, and it's going to be a bumpy road to get to a portless future. But if it's this year, I'm going to be very surprised, because that's a pretty drastic move to take. But yeah, I'll just have to see, and I feel like nothing is confirmed at this point. Nothing is confirmed, no matter what people say, nothing is confirmed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if it's even going to be happening this year. Deegan asks, one question, what is your favorite video you've ever made and why? That's a good question. I think I'm gonna have to say the last video that I did was probably my favorite video ever to do, which was the Apple event recap, because I just saw that video was so well paced, and I just loved it was a funny situation, because I kind of recorded that at like 5:30 p.m. and I was done editing it by like 10, which was not faster than any video I've done before, but it was a different experience editing that video, and it was a really enjoyable video to make, and I really enjoyed seeing everyone's feedback on it. You know, the numbers aren't doing great, but you know what, that's fine, because I'm super, super proud of that video. And yeah, it's gotten the attention that I would have loved for it to get. I'm happy about that. But yeah, it was just a fun video to make. I refilmed it a couple times. It was an enjoyable experience while I was making that. Four Corner Tech asks, what advice would you give to smaller creators who sometimes get demotivated when videos they work hard on don't do well at? Just think about in the big picture, like if a video doesn't do well, you know what, that sucks. And I know what that's like. A lot of people know, most people know what that's like when a video kind of tanks, doesn't do well, that you really like or that you're proud of. But I would just say, just keep moving. Take that as motivation to continue going to either make a better video or optimize that video more for social platforms, or however you're going to do it. Just take that as some motivation. Even if you get demotivated, just think in your head and keep the target locked, because it's always going to get better. But yeah, just take that as a little bit of motivation and just keep going. iTech Everything asks, are you upgrading to the new iPad Pro? And if the iPad Pro gets Final Cut Pro, would you make the switch to using only the iPad? At the moment, no, I'm not upgrading to the new iPad Pro, because even though I love my iPad Pro, number one, I don't really need the M1 chip to do whatever. I'm not doing much on my iPad right now. I have a phone, I have a computer, I don't need an iPad right now. It'd just be a waste of money, because the iPads have gotten even more expensive. If I was going to upgrade, I would probably get the 12.9-inch model, but that's, you know, even more expensive, and I don't think that would be a great use of my money, just because that's, I don't know, I don't need a new iPad. If Final Cut Pro does come to the iPad, which would be amazing, that would definitely be a reason to upgrade for me and for a lot of other people, I think. His second question is, how do you get those cool gradient backgrounds? I think they look amazing. Would love to know how. Thank you. I just have two RGB lights, which can go to any color, and then they just clash in the background, and it kind of creates a cool effect. TechBit asks, do you prefer your OnePlus or your iPhone? Either one, and both of them for different reasons. I'm going to explain that in my OnePlus 9 Pro review, which is coming up really soon. That Tech Dude asks, do you think gaming phones will eventually fail due to gaming phones having the same processor and same general specs as typical smartphones? Also, do you think Apple will ever make a gaming phone? So the first part of the question, do you think gaming phones will ever fail? Yes, I do think that gaming phones will eventually fail, but I also think, or based on what they're doing right now, but I also think that they'll always find a way to outdo the other phones in the space. So like, you know, OnePlus 9 Pro, for example, is not a gaming focused phone. You can game on it, but it's not as good of experience as you would get on a gaming phone from Asus, like the ROG phone. So I do think that gaming phones always seem to have like a little leg up, like the battery is really good, or there's some sort of like really crazy tech in it, or there's some sort of super 240 hertz display or something like that that's like always super interesting and super exciting, and a new feature that is kind of revolutionizing that. So I think that gaming phones will always have that extra feature, and so while smartphones evolve, like the OnePlus 9 Pro or the iPhone 12 Pro or whatever kind of phone it is, as smartphones evolve, gaming phones will also evolve and just keep going up and up and up. And I do think that probably one day Apple will make a gaming phone. I just wonder when that's going to be and what it's going to be like. The last question is from Kyle, who asks, how do you think the generation of young creators will change the tech space as a whole? That's a really good question. So right now, I think the young tech creator space, which you probably know about if you're watching this video, I talk a lot about it, it's going to be the next generation of tech enthusiasts who are making videos on YouTube, basically. So I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see over the next couple years, as even more people who are younger than me, I mean, all of the younger tech creators, just like me, I'm interested to see where that goes and how that evolves in the tech space in the future. So that's something that I'm also super excited about. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was the 100th video on the channel, so this is a pretty big milestone for me. 100 videos that I've worked hard at. on this channel, and I'm super excited to be hitting this milestone and just continuing on. So I'll see you guys at 200, I guess. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.